Hey Mountaineer fans, after a year of being stuck at home, you deserve all the latest WVU gear, gifts, and apparel to show your Mountaineer pride. Our friends at the Book Exchange are offering 25% off with our promo code BX4 Final Four. Let's cheer on all of our Mountaineer athletes in gold and blue and support local business too. Shop online at bookexchangewv.com or at their downtown Morgantown or Evansdale locations. That promo code again is BX4 Final Four.
Recorded live in Morgantown, West by God, Virginia, and across the world, with your hosts, Kevin Jones, John Flowers, and our lovely co-host, Ashley. This is the Final Fourcast podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the Final Fourcast, featuring me, one of your co-hosts, Kevin Jones. Got my boy Jay Flo with me.
Yo, best real estate agent in West Virginia. You need some property. It's a good time to buy. Best basketball player in Uruguay at the moment. Best basketball player to come out of WVU. Best shooter ever to live that didn't make it to the NBA.
Yo, I hate this too.
Thanks for having me, KJ. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and you know, with accolades like that, there's no reason not to have you on the show, man. So
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you for coming on. Got our lovely co-host Ashley,
That's me.
trusty intern Ethan,
What's good?
and our super producer Dave.
Barely here, but thank you, Kevin.
That's fine, man. As long as you're here, that's what matters, man. What's going on? How's everything been going,
Good.
guys? Both.
Chilling,
Don't
man.
speak
Just
at once.
on the grind, ready to come home.
Yeah. When is
Nice.
your season over?
Playoffs start March, mid-March, supposedly. So we only have like 7-8 games left. So.
Ooh.
That's pretty early from like normal. You know, everybody usually start in like May playoffs.
Facts. So we'll see what happens in the playoffs. And, yeah, I might see me sooner than later.
Yay.
Sounds like you're kind of hoping that.
What's up with you? You got a job?
Nah, still jobless. By the time I might take over for you. Like by the time they might have somebody come in for the playoffs. You know, so I might just
Man,
do that, man. That would be.
that'd be easy money, too. They pay for the playoffs. You know that.
Yeah, man. Show me the lay of the land. You know, not pass me the ball again like you usually do. Just throw up errant shots that don't want to
That's
go.
great. I mean, there was a rule that if I didn't pass you or Deshaun the ball, I was coming out. So
None of this is true. It's never happened.
you didn't see KJ wide open over there? No
You know,
hugs.
it's
Did
interesting
not.
that we bring that up too, because I guess Huggins and Creedy were talking the other day on the coaches show about who the best shooters were in West Virginia.
I know
And
you said, yeah.
of course,
Thanks,
Huggins
Hugs.
chose a guy that played for him. He chose Casey Mitchell as the best shooter
Ever?
Yeah.
ever for him, that played for him.
All jokes aside, yeah. He's a sniper, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So we got into this debate before about the difference between a shooter and a scorer. I think Casey is the best scorer. I don't know if I would consider him the best shooter. I would give that to like pure shooter. I would say Alex Ruoff, from my opinion.
He was
But
on
like,
the list of top 10, yeah.
Yeah, but like overall scorer, like Casey for sure. Like pure scorer, it's between Casey and Jay Sean. Got a big claim for that too. So I don't know.
I
What
was
you
gonna
think?
say somebody else, but you fucked me up with Al. Al's definitely top 5, I think.
Pure shooter? We're just talking about shooting the ball. Like,
Bro, Casey wasn't playing for 10 years, came back to the alumni game, and had 50.
that's true.
50
But
points.
that's a
Shooting,
but I'm talking about scorer
shooting
though.
the ball. Shooting, though.
That's not all you.
I mean,
but I get it.
Scoring is shooting. I think Hugs is right
Score.
about that one, bro. Like, that's...
Okay. I mean, I can't go against that. So
He was a pretty good shooter, bro.
yeah, no.
I mean, Sean McNeil's probably gonna be on that list too. He could shoot.
Who?
Remember you said Sean McNeil was gonna be was the best shooter in West Virginia history. Can we roll back the tape of John saying that?
So he will finish as The best shooter. Was that before COVID and all that?
What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, there's different factors and variables and stats and
Okay,
stuff.
Yeah.
gotcha.
You want to hear the full list? These are
Yeah.
the West Virginia's all-time top 3-point shooters. All right.
Okay.
Coming in at number 10 is Javon Carter.
Okay. And these are
Based on stats.
Stats. Okay, all right.
Stats. Yeah,
Not
best
opinions.
three, like,
Okay.
how many field goal attempts versus
Okay.
how many you've
Cool.
made, that sort of thing, percentages. So yeah, Javon Carter comes in at number 10.
I know I beat him. But what's not?
Number 9 is Steve Berger, who played for Gail Catlett, like from 87 to 90.
We don't even know who that is. So
Yeah.
I don't-
Okay. Number 8 was Lionel Armstead, who also played for Gail Catlett. Number 7, James Beetle Bolden.
Wow, that's
I
okay.
forgot about
That one surprised
Yeah.
me when I saw it, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Number
Lamar on
6, our boy Deshaun Butler.
There we go.
Love that.
We
Number
talking about 3-point shots?
3-point shots.
Yeah,
Yes.
3-point shooting. Career
Not overall
stats.
shooting, just 3-pointers.
Got you.
Number 5 is Frank Young.
Okay.
Number 4 is Patrick Beeline.
Shooter.
Number
Okay.
3 is Chris Leonard.
Huh.
Number 2, Kevin Pittsnoggle.
Dang, I'm number 1 on this
Makes
list.
sense.
And here is your number 1 3-point shooter in the history
Thank
of the Mountaineers,
Thanks, guys.
Alex Ruoff.
How in the heck can you say somebody like the evidence is right there, bro? Like he's the number 1 3-point shooter ever in West Virginia history. That you
Yep.
how can
Based
you
on
go
what
against that?
percentage? I'm confused.
Yeah,
by
overall
No.
percentages. Like, you
Okay,
know,
so it's not the amount made; it's the percentage that you made.
right. How good of
Okay.
a 3-point shooter are you? Like, when you get the ball and you actually shoot a 3, are you going to make it?
And
That
what
sort of
is
thing.
his percentage?
Let's see. Holy shit, I didn't realize that. He was shooting 41%.
Oh shit, for career?
He knocked down 98 threes in just his junior year.
Bruh. Sniper.
But Beeline was a man. If he would have finished with Beeline, bro, there's no telling. Like,
Yeah. and this what I'm saying, but the difference between Casey is a great shooter, but I would consider him more of a scorer than I would a pure shooter. Like I would
Right.
consider Alex a pure shooter. Like that's what he does. Like
his specialty is shooting.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when we're talking about specialties shooting, I gotta put Alex there, and the stat speaks for itself.
So if you need a 3-point shot, you're the coach in the
I'm
game.
getting
You
Alex.
got Casey and
I'm putting Alex.
Ruoff in the game.
But
Yeah,
if I need a
throwing it
bucket, I'm getting Casey.
out. Okay.
There you go.
I mean, I was a good 3-point shooter. Like,
Yeah.
He
Great.
refused to shoot in the TBT, but
Yeah.
he's the best. He is tough though. Like you can't. There's no denying that.
Yeah, I really do. I really do wish he would have shot more in the TVT because we definitely could have used that. But he also contributed in other ways. You know,
He's
defense
also a
wise.
good basketball player. Like
Yeah,
the reason why I think he didn't shoot is because he's always looking to make the right basketball play.
yeah.
And
But sometimes,
Casey Mitchell is just gonna get him up.
but sometimes
So-
shooting is the right for him. Shooting is the
Yeah.
right basketball play.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I think that maybe that's something too that like our current players need to be reminded of. Like if you're a good shooter, take your shots. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to take your shot. It's like sometimes they hesitate. Like, is this the right move to make? Like, dude, you got to trust yourself.
Yeah,
I was jumping to the game yesterday.
yeah. Let's. Whew,
They
even
play
though I didn't see it,
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Who?
So speaking of that, Sean only shot 5 shots. That's today.
Yeah, I seen that stat. So I was wondering, like, was he hurt? Did he come out the game or something? Because 5 shots, and he was 3 for 5. So it's not like he was 0 for 5. So where he
Right,
didn't
yeah.
want to
Like
shoot
he was
anymore.
making shots. Yeah.
We're not looking for him enough, I guess.
He took one shot in the second half, and he was just kind of on the bench beginning of the second half. Got back into it towards the end.
What the fuck?
I hope it's not a situation, man, where people let Hugs get in their head because he can do that if you listen to it and you're one of those guys. Like you gotta keep shooting, and especially in a situation like this, you see the ship was going down. The ship went down fast. you got to do something to try to help that. I'd rather take the Taz approach where Taz was like 4 for 20, but at least he gonna get him up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially my team is losing and I'm one of the focal points of it. I'm gonna try my best. Just go down swinging.
Exactly.
But Sean's not one of those. He might be. He is a little bit. He can hit like a step back jumper, but he's not one of those guys that can really create his own shot. Did you say that?
He can, depending on who the defender. Like against I feel like Taz could get his shot up on anybody, but I think Sean, like, if against a high level defender, it's harder for him to get his shot up off somebody like that. Yeah.
I mean, they were running like that three man inside the paint stuff.
Low.
Yeah, low. That's what they call it, but they were running that pretty well.
That's what they call it.
They were running that pretty well. Like, they were passing the ball and stuff. So that was the first time I seen them like moving the basketball. Like, they was running offense pretty good, but they just couldn't make any shots.
Ethan, give us a rundown. What happened?
Well, they got out rebounded by 24.
That's first. Let's talk about
Oklahoma
that.
State doubled their rebounds.
That's
Good God.
never good. Like, if it's any one telling stat is like you never get doubled. Okay, maybe 5.
Oklahoma State also had 40 points in the paint.
Jeez.
So let's talk about that, KJ. You being a rebounder. Like, what goes into rebounding? Like,
a lot of it is hustle. A lot of it is taking pride in rebounding. Really, it's just like my man is not getting this rebound over me. It's really, I think rebounding is a desire thing. Again, some people I feel like I have a knack for knowing when the ball is gonna come off and that kind of stuff. But I feel like 90% of that is just like your desire to.
that's what I was gonna ask you too. Like, when the shot goes up, are you looking, like, on the defensive end? If the shot goes up, are you looking to box out your man, or are you looking to go get the rebound?
So I'm looking to see I see where my man is and see if he's come in or not. Because not everybody comes in and rebound. But if I know I have somebody that's a rebounder like me, I'm trying to hit them first. So my whole thing is, as long as my man doesn't get the rebound, I'm cool. Like, it could drop on the floor for all I care, and somebody from my team gets it, then whatever. So my first thought is boxing out and then pursuing the ball.
And that's what I was trying to tell these coaches on the internet, like, on Twitter, bro. Twitter is so funny, bro. But I was telling them, like, the goal is for the team to get the rebound. It's not about, like, the players. As long as you box out your man and we get the rebound, that's the goal.
Yeah, facts.
But we don't even, like, we don't get a body on other players. Like, we don't hit other players. You remember Huggins used to tell us, like, fire off.
Yeah, you be the first one to hit. Yeah, and
football.
And that's the thing too, is I feel like what can help you with rebounding, and also what can hurt you, is like size and athleticism. I wasn't the tallest, I wasn't the most athletic person, so for me, I know I had to hit my man to give me a better shot of getting a rebound. Where I feel like the guys we have now, they are athletic, they are like tall, but I think that stops them from actually trying to hit their man and just trying to like out jump somebody or out athlete somebody. I think that's probably more the problem than anything. Nobody's hitting anybody.
I think that's why Sean got mad at me, because of that Baylor game. He got pushed in the back.
Yeah.
It was an obvious foul, but if Sean would have fired off into him, then the refs would have called the foul.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to say, Sean.
I seen Sean the other day too. I was going to ask him about it when he was shooting, but I didn't want to piss him off. You already did that enough, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough environment right now. I couldn't even imagine. I would probably stop going to the practice facility if I was you, bro. Like, I wouldn't be in there doing that shit.
Bruh, it's tough, man, because it's, like I told you last episode, I'm trying to like help as much as I can. So if I go in there rebounding and I get a rebound over someone, I'm like, yo, hit me, or I'm gonna keep on like getting this rebound over you. So it's more of a teaching thing than anything. But I could see in their eyes, some, even if they make a sarcastic joke like, yo, when are you leaving? Like, he was like, yo, leave already, bro. Like, why are you still here? And they'll
But I know, like, the energy in there with everybody, like, from the training staff, Doc, from the coaches, from the managers, from the players. I know the energy in there is just down.
Zapped.
Like it has to be like kind of depressing, right? Like
Zapped.
I already like they lost what 7 in a row, some shit like that.
7,
Like I
yeah.
already know.
8 out of their last 9 after yesterday.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
it's snowing outside. Like I wouldn't want to be in that. It's cold. Everybody in there. Like I wouldn't want to be in that type of environment, bro. I don't know how you do it.
yeah,
Malik talked about after the game. He said it's rough on us. Every loss it weighs on us, especially coming off of a win.
yeah.
We were all happy, enjoying life, and we've just got to take it game by game.
That's exactly what they need to do. Now it's turning into a mental block, right?
Yeah.
Now it's turning into oh man, like we've lost 8 out of 9, like we're never going to get out of this slump. And then the negativity starts to roll, right?
Facts.
And then you start getting down on yourself. You start getting angry at your teammates because they're not doing what you think they should do. And it's going to cause friction. Best thing to do, take a deep breath and say, fuck it, today starts now. And that's it. And just move on from it. You have to.
I agree.
You have to.
I definitely agree. It's hard, man, because you're not gonna get any pats on the back. You're not gonna get everything is gonna be okay. You know what I mean? If anything, you're gonna keep getting beaten to the ground more until you
You guys are a bunch of
like.
bitches.
It's really not something you can expect somebody else to get you out of. They have to come together as a team. That's the only way to get out of this. Is if they come together and
Yep.
be like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
against everybody else. Even sometimes you got to feel like it's us against the coaching staff, which is not. But you got to have that mentality, like we know what we are, so we just got to have each other's back, like even if nobody else does.
I agree, KJ. You hit the nail on the head. Is
Yeah,
that the same?
Yes.
Yeah, you said it right there. Like they just got to come together, man. They can't stop fighting with each other. They can't stop pointing the finger at each other. They got to come together. And if I was there, if I was on that team, I would basically just use it every game as just like a building experience. You know what I'm saying? Just a building block, just to get better every day and go to the next level. Like I'm not really sure what's going on, like if they're gonna make the tournament or anything, but I wouldn't really worry about none of that, man. These guys have a lot of basketball
real.
left to play, so I mean they can't think like in the now. You know what I mean? They just have to think about like the future, if that makes sense
I
to
agree.
you.
Yeah, well, let's go. What Hug said after the game, he was like, "I'm not standing, like I'm not going out like this. Like I'm gonna do whatever is humanly possible to change this, but I don't know what more he can do."
But KJ, you
What?
wanna know what's crazy though? Like when we played, like every mistake we had, like we was coming out of the game, bro. He doesn't do that anymore.
I think now he has been doing that. Just again, I don't want to like just the vibe from what I see. If somebody even practice, somebody messes up, there's somebody else coming in. Like he's been doing that for the last couple weeks. From what I can see, is just like rotating people in. Like if one person is not doing a job, he's getting somebody else in there.
He hasn't sub remember, like games he was sub 5
Yeah.
out of the time. Like like he really didn't care. Like he was gonna figure out a way to make it work. Like I mean he has a lot of seniors now, like he's gonna show love to Taz and them. But he used to do that, like, and that would get the motivation going with the players and stuff like that. But I really don't think he does that anymore. Like I remember my short leash. But KJ, you could do whatever you wanted, but for the
Stop
rest of
saying
us,
that, bro. That never happened.
it's kind of crazy, man.
Do you think
So I'm-
it's he's trying to basically what's the word I want to use? And I don't want to say that these guys are like that, but I've noticed this as an overall trend with the younger generation. They tend to get butthurt easy.
That too.
And maybe he thinks if I take them out for making a mistake, then they're going to sit there and dwell on it and get pissed off about it, but not in a good way. And
Yeah.
then the whole team's just going to break down. Maybe that's part of it.
It's
Yeah, you can't coach him like how he used to coach
No.
us. That's for sure.
and it's a balance, man. It's okay, yeah, I can keep subbing people out, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to eventually come up with a lineup that's gonna help you win. So I don't think all the time just keep subbing people in and out like damn, like people on a freaking hamster wheel. Like you just like keep on going in and out of the lineups. I don't think that's good too because you're gonna have to build chemistry in one lineup, and whether I guess maybe if that's playing 7 or 8 people or shrinking down the the minutes, that might be the best
Mm-hmm.
solution. You're gonna have to find that somehow. I don't know who that's gonna be.
Help spread the word about our podcast. Leave us a review and tell a friend.
Another big topic that I was arguing on Twitter with for a long time. I mean, KJ, you're in practice with Isaiah Cottrell. Like, how's he looking in practice?
I think so. Isaiah, I'm gonna start by saying Isaiah is super talented. To me, he has a lot of upside. I'm gonna just be real. If we're being real, I just don't think this is. I just don't think this is the program for him. Like, to be honest, like I don't see him. Okay, I look at him and I'm like, okay, what can he work on to be better? How can he get more minutes? And I think he is who he is as a player for the most part. You know, he's a skill big. He can shoot. He can do a little bit of everything. Not the
So basically, what you're saying, like, I don't correct me if I'm wrong. He's not aggressive
yes,
enough to play for Coach.
at least right now. And I don't know. Maybe that might change. Maybe that comes with age and experience.
He's a
Technically,
freshman, right?
but he was supposed to be a freshman last year, and then he got hurt for the rest of the year, so he's redshirt freshman. So maybe that
Yeah,
comes with
I agree.
experience. But even with that redshirt year, I'm expecting him not to obviously not average like 15 or 20, but to be comfortable enough because you already had a year in the program, whether you were playing or not. You kind of
Yeah.
know what Coach Huggins expects from you. So yeah, he's a West Coast kid. Like he's real calm, laid back. It don't seem like nothing really bothers him. So and I don't know if the coaches see that as you're not playing hard or what, but that's just his demeanor. That's just who he is as a person.
He just doesn't look comfortable.
Right.
Like, he doesn't look like when he gets the ball, like, it's like he's rushing to, like, make a play. He's thinking a lot instead of just letting the game come to him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's bigger than everybody. Like, I'm pretty sure if he just takes his time on the block and just backs somebody and shoots a regular hook shot, he's going to score 75% of the time. You know what I mean? And then that'll open up different things. Like, so on Twitter, someone said, like, if I was Hugs, I would never play Cottrell again. This opened up the wormhole. I said I would give him the ball more. I said that because that would get him more comfortable on the court. You know what I mean? Like, with that experience, he's shooting the ball, he's missing shots, he's getting more comfortable on the court. You know what I mean? Then someone just threw out a random stat and said, I don't want to get it wrong. Let me someone said he's literally the worst rated Big 12 player on offense.
And they had the stat to prove it, or how would you prove that?
Yeah, how would you right. Yeah, how do you prove that? There's no how?
Bro, this opened up a big wormhole, bro. You want me to read you this story, bro?
Because this doesn't make sense.
So shout out to Raymond, though. I mean, he's from Charleston, West Virginia. We later got on like a Spaces and like we talked about it. It got pretty intense. I think Ethan was there. I think Dave might have been there. But he said a guy named Evan who does stats like numbers.
It's like
he's
Ken
an analytical
stuff.
guy.
I don't know what Ken Palm is either.
I don't know what that is. I don't either.
It's just another like basketball nerd stat thing where the computer tells who's good and who's not.
Okay.
So he said a guy named Evan Mikawa was on a podcast and he was the one that said it. So that to me, that's like, all right, you're just repeating something that someone else said on this podcast. Yep. You don't even know, like, and that's a bold statement. Like, he's the worst rated offensive player in the Big 12. Like, how do you come up with that? And that basically just got into, like, all right, these deep stats are basically a way for fans that really don't understand the game. It's a way for them to get involved in the conversation.
Right.
And he took offense to guy Raymond. He took offense to that. He basically thought it was saying, "Oh, you don't play basketball. You never played at a high level, so you can't really talk basketball." Yeah. I'm not saying. I'm like, that's a crazy stat to just throw out there though, because someone else said it. Some of these stats don't mean anything.
I hate analytics. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I feel like they are useful in certain
Right.
situations, but people go overboard like with analytics, and it's taking out the human part of basketball. You can't just rely on a computer to tell you who's good or not. Sometimes you go with the eye test too. Like there's other components, like you said, John, about does he feel comfortable when he gets the ball? Like, is it something where it's just like a mental block? Is the analytics can never put that into data? You know what I mean? Like the human
Yeah.
part of basketball, you're only looking at stats, which it doesn't tell the story all the time because somebody could average 30, but if they take 30 shots a game and they're shooting 40% from the field, are they really a good player or are they just getting more of an opportunity? So
Exactly.
analytics doesn't always tell the whole story. I just feel like I don't know.
And that's basically what I was trying to explain. Like, but I mean, the guy's a numbers guy. Like, this is how they came up with it. Because the guy Evan wrote me. He said, "Here's the West Virginia players ranked according to Basin performing rating, whatever that is, which quantifies overall player impact. The main column for
Isaiah.
Cottrell.
Yeah.
Adjusted team efficiency margin, how many points plus 100 possessions. I mean, per 100 possessions, WVU is outscoring opponents while he's on the floor. That's how they came up with that number. I'm like, why is it like
So
I don't.
you could figure that out, bro. You could figure out like how to be a millionaire or something. Like you could change the world. Like
yeah, how does that directly affect Isaiah though? He's talking about how much points or whatever the point. Are they saying the point differential when Isaiah's on the court?
Yeah,
There's
on
four.
how many
offense.
There's
points
four
per
other players on the court while Isaiah's on the court too. How can you direct that strictly to Isaiah? How does that
It says the
work?
team. It
I'm
says
just
the
that's
team gets outscored 15.5 when Isaiah's on the floor on offense.
But how does he
Exactly.
directly
That's my
impact
point.
that,
That's what I
though?
don't understand.
Are we talking man on
Yeah, that
man, like his dude shooting it up? Is that what we're talking about? Because no, otherwise
it's
it's a team stat. It ain't a fucking
it's
Isaiah
four other
Cottrell
people on the
stat.
court. Like that. It's impossible to link that to one specific person.
Exactly.
so basically I was just like, yo, y'all don't really know basketball. Dude got mad. Like he didn't get mad. He took offense to it. Like I'm tired of like pro athletes telling regular people they can't talk basketball. So later that night we got on Spaces. Basically he challenged me to do any other sport, turn into that. So I said, yo, he said football. I was like, I don't play football, but I box. We could
Oh
box.
man, it's turning to something else.
Hold up, KJ. What's the number one? What's the top 2 sporting events for charity?
Boxing. Yeah.
Boxing for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
Golf.
Golf,
Yeah,
I think,
maybe.
would be
Yeah,
number
golf.
2.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, he was like, he thought I was like offended him or something like that. And KJ, you got to stop doing this, man, because he threw out the you're from a cul-de-sac.
I mean, he
Hugs
wasn't
Benny.
wrong there. Though. Like he had a point there. Everything else, I disagree. But yeah, that's a,
What
You got to
does you
stop
have?
doing
What
this.
does you living on a cul-de-sac have to do with fucking anything?
I don't know. But KJ has to stop doing this. He's like, I heard on the podcast. Hugs has been to
yo.
your
That's
house. You have a big
funny.
circular driveway. I was like, KJ, you
Yo,
got to
that's
stop doing this, bro.
hilarious.
But nah, it was a hilarious Spaces. I mean, we all like he understood where I was coming from at the end. I understood where he was coming from at the end. It was a cool little
Yeah.
shout out to Raymond, man. It
Shout
was a
to
cool little
shout to him. But I just feel like when stuff goes wrong, you always have to find a scapegoat or the reason why stuff is going wrong. I
Yeah.
I don't think Isaiah has been playing to his potential, and that could be coaching, that could be just him, whatever. I can agree with that, but at the same time, to say something directly correlates with just Isaiah or for a reason for him not to play at all, I can't agree with it.
Right.
yeah. I mean, he's only shooting
Yeah.
4 shots a game. First of all,
But don't.
like who's comfortable shooting the ball who's only shooting 4 shots a game
What were you saying?
But he's
out of
shooting
40 minutes?
32% for a big man.
He's not. And then again, that goes to he's playing the 5.
and
when he's supposed to be playing
uh,
the full. But he is shooting threes. He's
yeah.
missing his threes.
And it
I
comes, like
don't
I
know,
said,
bro.
there's a level of responsibility that he has to take too, because when you get, whether you use 4 shots, 2 shots, whatever, you got to make the most of your opportunity. So when you get that, you
That's a fact.
know that I'm only going to get this amount of shots, the level of importance to make everyone goes up. So I know if I'm only getting 4 shots, I at least
Yeah.
got to make 2 to 3. Like that's my idea when I'm coming to a game.
Well,
What
you
I
never been in
actually
that
Do we know what
have.
situation.
Isaiah's?
Our
When have you
freshman
ever
year,
been in that
bro.
situation where you
Why
only could
you
shoot?
always like? That's not a. That's
I
not a thing, bro. I was.
guarantee you shot more than 4
Yeah,
shots
because
a
I took
game
it
your
on
freshman
myself
year.
to do that, but I came out of and but no, but what I'm saying is I came out of the game. If I wasn't making, now if I'm making them, then yeah, you're not gonna take me out.
Uh,
And I just was making more than John was
uh,
making, so it was like I was just playing more than John. So
I think my percentage
I don't think so
is higher than
ever.
yours though.
We can
We
look
can
that
look
up
that
now.
up, by
That's
the
a
way.
stat you can look up.
You can
Ash,
look it up. What
What
year
do
was
we
that?
think?
yeah,
2008?
I'll go look
yeah.
it up.
Please look up. You know,
Okay,
2008 either.
I'm curious. What do you guys think that Isaiah's specialty is and or could be? Right? Like, where does he fit? Do we know?
for me, just seeing him play, I think he's a pick and pop big man. He's more of a pick and pop than a roller. Uh, he does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say he doesn't like contact, but he would prefer to
Not
face
the
up,
type.
to shoot over, like to turn around, shoot jumpers over people. Like that's where he's most comfortable. And with the
Mm-hmm.
way Coach Huggins, John, you can attest to this, the way our big men are trained,
Nope.
back to the basket, hook shots, up and under, stuff like that. So in that traditional way, Isaiah doesn't fit that mold.
Mm.
So are you saying that
I didn't
Isaiah
say
should
that.
transfer? Not should he transfer? Would he be more successful in a different program? Would it be like an Oscar
Don't
situation?
do this to me. Don't do this to me, John.
As a matter of fact,
Don't do this to me.
I mean, we keeping it real. I mean, it doesn't work sometimes with players. You know what I mean? The worst thing that can happen for us as a team is to lose him because he's a
Hmm.
special talent. You know what I mean? But
But if he doesn't fit at the end of the
he has
day,
to
Yeah,
do what's
that's
best for
true.
him.
right?
Okay, I'm gonna say it goes to twofold. I think that he has to get tougher in that situation, and then also the coaches have to let him be who he is. In order, if you
Mm-hmm.
let him be who he is and he plays a certain way and it's not working and it's not conducive to winning, okay, cool. Then I'm just like, all right, well, it's not working. But I can't say that it's not working because I feel like they're not letting him be who he is as a player. They're trying to make him something that he's not.
But
Right.
at the same time, though, he could be a much better player if he played the way Hugs with that
Of
toughness. If he had
course,
that toughness that Hugs wants him to have, he'd be a much
exactly.
way better player. So I think Hugs is trying to bring the best out of him, and it's kind of like a tug of war situation. Cottrell
Hmm.
wants to play his way, Hugs wants him to play this way. They just
Maybe
need to
he's
Balance.
find
not.
This
some
is
type of
balance.
Maybe he's not comfortable coming out of his
Yeah,
comfort zone. A lot of people aren't,
yeah.
so it's not
Especially
surprising.
at that age.
like KJ said, he has to take some responsibility on himself
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
just
I just
come
also
with it.
think that, man. Let's just take KD for example. Like somebody, I'm not comparing Isaiah to KD. I'm just saying that like when you have somebody, let's just say when you have somebody that's talented, you're gonna try to make them play your way the way you want. But also, I feel like there's a little bit of give as far as being a coach that you have to let them be, because there's a reason that Isaiah's there. There's a reason why Hugs recruited Isaiah, and he's been playing that way all his.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, there has to be some kind of give. I don't really like when, and I'm not saying Hugs is doing this, but when coaches try to make somebody like, you recruited me because of who I am. I understand you trying to make me a better player, but you also have to let me be me too. So there has to be some kind of a balance
Right.
there, I think.
That's a fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Hey,
Also,
And I got one more question.
Oh,
Do you
good.
think JB can create
No.
shots? Okay. That was another
Somebody
argument too.
said yeah or no.
Someone said we should get JB the ball more. I mean, we should run offense through JB.
How?
And I was like, JB's fine at creating shots, like driving more, doing basically what Taz does. But I was saying JB's doing good at what he does now. Like he's making threes, he's being efficient. Why would you change that up with 8
Yeah.
games left in the season to make him do something, put him out of his
Again, I don't
comfort
think
zone?
that's something he would be
Right.
comfortable with. Imagine if they just turned around and was like, yo, I need you to do what Taz does. He's like, what? I'm not
Yeah.
Taz. Like,
I just wanna make sure I'm not tripping, bro. I'm talking to someone else with some real like basketball
yeah.
sense and knowledge. You know what I mean? Instead of like people on Twitter that really don't have basketball
Yeah.
sense and
What was you saying,
knowledge.
Ash? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
That's
Oh, I was talking about. Did you see Huggins's quotes after that game? Because it's kind of like, ooh. He said, I told them I'm good with 7. If the rest of you want to leave and go, leave and go. That's fine, but I'm good with 7. So
Yeah, we
apparently,
definitely heard that before. I, I don't think
yeah, we heard
anybody's
that
good
before.
with, again, like, you get emotional after your game. Like, I really, not to say that he doesn't believe what he's saying, because I really do feel like he would be comfortable with 7. But realistically, that doesn't work. This isn't the early 90s. Like, you can't do, like, you're not winning with 7 people. I,
I don't need the
I
motherfucker.
don't need him.
I don't need
I'm
him.
gonna get my,
Yeah, I think that's more of like a
yeah.
pride thing. Like, but I mean, he will go with 7,
he
and he
No,
will.
he
has
will.
gone with 7 before and won.
Now,
Yeah, I
will you
mean,
win with
yeah.
7? And that's the thing
Yeah.
is, so at the end of the day, it's about winning. However you get it done, it's about winning, and just trying to find a way that's, like I said, conducive to winning. Playing 7 people, okay, you can get away with it, maybe a game or two. You go into Kansas playing Kansas, you playing 7 people. Texas playing 7 people. I don't see that
Yeah,
working
ain't
out too
happening.
well. So I get what he's saying, but
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't think it's.
He's a great Huggs is a great coach because he's a great motivator. I think he's motivating the guys. Like when he publicly says, "Yo, they're not in the gym," he's motivating guys to get in the gym. When he publicly says, "I'll go with 7," he's motivating guys to buy in and do
Yeah.
what he's saying. So I think that's what it is. I really don't think he would actually.
Yeah,
I mean, he
that's what I was gonna
might.
say. Don't put that because he's, you know what I mean? Like he would.
Ethan, you got that stat?
Yeah, I got that stat.
Don't hurt John's heart like
John, you
this.
averaged 47% from the field. KJ averaged 49.
Oh, burn, slow
Ooh.
burn. How's that feel? How's that feel, John?
That's
Hey,
how
hey,
many
listen. So
shots
when
did he
John
take, Ethan?
complains about coach not letting him shoot, y'all know why now. When he
Yeah.
How many shots did you average, Ethan? And how many shots did I average? You
But
probably
that's
averaged
even
10. This
worse.
is
If I
you as a
average more
freshman.
shots than you and then still had a higher percentage, that's even worse.
Right. Yeah.
Because I
How's
had
that
more
worse?
chances to miss than you did, and I still made more than you.
If I took 2 shots
Uh-huh.
and made 1,
Okay.
that's 50%. If you took 3 shots and made 2, that's
And that's a
60.
higher
What?
percentage than you, John. What
That's what I'm saying. So it's not really
again, I
like
still had more chances to miss than you did. I took a whole extra shot.
Yeah.
KJ took
I
five
didn't
and a
have
half
the other
shots per game.
opportunity.
And
5.5.
Isaiah only took and Isaiah's taking 4. So John, what were you saying?
I'm
You
not
kind of
comparing
did
you,
earlier.
Isaiah.
But all right, it's cool, man.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Isaiah. That is a lot of shots for a freshman. That's all I'm saying.
Whatever. I mean, when that
5 and a
freshman making
half.
49,
Sheesh.
almost half of his shots that he's shooting, then I guess that's what happens.
Okay. Yeah, the 49 is way better than 47.
Nah,
You got me. How many did I shoot, Ethan?
What'd you say?
How many shots did John put up?
That season he took 133.
no, like average. Like how many average?
Oh, three.
Yeah, per
3.8.
game. Okay, so John was taking less shots. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly what you said,
That's what I
KJ.
said. So it's even worse.
So what's better though? Someone taking less shots,
And
someone taking less
making a
shots
less
and
percentage,
averaging the
that's
same,
worse
or
than somebody taking more shots and making a higher percentage. That's worse, John. Yes.
Exactly.
is it?
Yes.
All
I
right,
don't know, bro.
whatever.
Definitely.
Look, you did this. You do this to yourself, man. I don't know why you do it to you.
It's only 2%. We're not gonna say it like it wasn't 2%. So
Well, and
that's what we
exactly,
not.
I'm
John, we're
just
not going to sit
messing
here
with you,
and
bro.
bash because clearly that's a good percentage. That's not a
I'm just
bad
messing with you,
percentage at
bro.
all.
Fuck you,
But
KJ.
anyway, like to conclude this,
All right, let's ask Raymond what his thoughts are on this too, John.
ask Raymond
Raymond's a good dude.
about
I
what
like
was it,
Raymond.
efficiency while we were on the court. See if he could bring that up.
It got it got dark. Like he started telling me about how he's from West Charleston, how he was brought up.
Where'd
I'm
that
like, bro,
come?
why? This is
What's that have to do with anything?
all
I think.
because KJ wanted to say that I lived in a circle of draw with.
What does it matter? What does it matter that you grew up that way? Who cares? What does it matter?
He called me Holmes. I was like, what?
He's saying John doesn't have the street credibility to talk about.
I don't know what it is. It got
I
weird for
think
a
he just
second. That's
wanted
my
to talk
man's
to
though,
you,
man.
bro.
Fuck. You know, I like
I
talking
think
to
he just
people,
wanted to
meeting
talk to
people.
you. But
Oh, you're right.
just to conclude what we were saying,
Okay.
I think that I don't know what else Coach Huggins can do to get them out of this.
So funny you should say that because his next quote was, I can sit here and say we got to get better.
Mm-hmm.
We've been working on it, and we seemingly haven't gotten better. I think we've got a group that is very satisfied to sit on their laurels.
Yeah, and
he could
I
be
mean, I
right.
kind of seen that a little bit. They were kind of talking about that because I practiced with them Thursday, this past Thursday before they went up there, and the guys were, but I get it though. At the same token, it's just like you lost 7 straight, and then we finally get a big win. Of course, you know what I mean. Of course,
Right.
there's gonna be some kind of complacency because it's like, yo, we haven't felt this feeling in a long time. We finally got a win, so yeah, I'm gonna feel good about it. But at the same time, knowing that you got to string a couple of these together before you can feel good about anything. You still not out of just
Exactly.
because you won that game. I mean, it was a big game to win, but you still not out of the foxhole yet. Like you still fighting for your tournament lives right now.
Some of the guys are admitting that they're not listening to the coaching staff. The last 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
The last 2 weeks, Keedy Johnson and Malik Curry have come out and said that the team needs to listen to the coaching staff more.
Yeah, buy in. If they buy in, then
Yeah.
I think everything will work out. Like I saw them running 5-out motion, but of course they're not running it right. Like there's 5 spots. Stay on your fucking spot until it's time to move. Like there's always people in the paint and doing all types of stuff. Like if they would have ran it right, if they would have bought into Hugs and run it the right way, they'll see the results. If you buy in, you're going to see results.
Listen, I don't think there's any question on anybody's mind that Hugs is a great coach. Obviously, the numbers
Clearly.
speak for themselves. But you make a valid point. Like, where did the trust get lost? Right? Why don't they trust him? Why aren't
I
they
think
listening?
Again,
That's what
we
I
talked
wanna
about
know.
this before. You have a whole bunch of 5th-year seniors that come into a Hug system. Is kind of like being a freshman all over again. Imagine being taught something for 4 years and now you're being taught something totally new and you just got 1 year to learn it. That's tough for anybody. So I don't think it's more of them.
True.
Maybe it is some of them just like openly just saying, no, I don't want to do this. But I think a lot is more is like they don't have enough time. You know how when you first get into the program, John, it's an adjustment. It takes more. That first
Yeah.
year is that adjustment year, and then usually people start taking off after their sophomore year. But these guys only got 1 year to learn it after being taught something different for the last 4 years.
I mean, you basically have to buy in. Like a lot of when I first came out, I speak for myself. I had a shot rule. You can't shoot under a certain amount of time on the clock. A lot of kids nowadays are saying, "Fuck
True.
that! I'm not doing that." Which could go either way. Like it can go. KJ said, "Fuck that!" Basically, and shot 5 shots a game, but he was making the shots. So if you make the shots, you're going to play. If you don't, then y'all are going to butt heads. So it's basically that.
Is it selfishness, you think?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a star. I'm going to show everybody
But I don't
I'm
think
a star,
selfishness,
sort of thing, right?
Well, at least I hope. I don't think selfishness in a way of I'm trying to outshine anybody. I think everybody just wants to contribute, and they think, and feel like a
Got
lot of
you.
them think that if they're not scoring, they're not contributing. A lot of them don't think that if they're playing defense, that's contributing. If they're rebounding, that's contributing. Like if everybody had Gabe's mindset, where it's just like, yo, I'm gonna just go out and do exactly whatever the team needs me to do to win, it'll be fine. But I think everybody's just
Yes.
worried about
Yes.
like scoring as a way to contribute, and we all know that's not the only way you can do that.
Agreed.
I think Gabe and Huggs got into it last game.
Yeah,
That
something
that breaks
happened.
my
What happened with
heart.
that? What happened with that,
Ethan?
Ethan?
So Gabe, the ref called Gabe out of bounds. I'm pretty sure he called a dead ball, and the ref was right next to Gabe, and Gabe kind of taunted with him with the ball and bounced it to the other official across the court. He got one tech for that, and then he kept running his mouth. So then he got another tech, and then Huggs told him to get the F off the floor.
Oh,
That
he
was
got kicked
probably
out the
for his
game.
own benefit,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
It's probably why he said that. Like, dude, get the fuck off the floor. Like, this is about to get ugly.
Oh, I thought it was they got into it.
Yeah, that's what I thought
That's-
too. That's what I heard.
I didn't know the Gabe got ejected. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that sucks because Gabe is, I think, the leader of the team, at least vocally. Like he's the one that leads the team. So, and you get caught up in the heat of the game, stuff happens. But
And
Hell-
Gabe could get a bucket too.
That's true.
Gabe can score, bro. When he can score, he just, I don't know.
He's been way more aggressive on offense this season than any
He should.
season at West Virginia or
I think he's more comfortable.
Yeah, he could get a bucket.
I think they're
So, I mean,
encouraging him more to break people down off because he is good at breaking people down, not only getting to the basket, passing. Like he's a good passer. He's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
footwork crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna be a good pro. I think
I think so
he
too.
keeps that same motor.
Yeah, I agree.
You know how it is. Some guys become pros, their motor stop doing what they're good at, like KJ.
Hey, we'll see. We will see. What y'all thinking about this Kansas State game coming up on Monday? Because that's a big turnaround. They got today off, and then now next game is tomorrow. What y'all think about that? Because Kansas State is a great team. I won't say a great team, but at home,
Yeah.
that's
they're
a
hard
tough
to
game.
beat at home.
We barely beat them here with half day team. So
True. That is true. Listen, I think the potential's always there, right? We know when these guys are on, they're fucking on. And that's the issue. Will they show? I don't know.
there's just no consistency.
No consistency. And I don't know where their mindset is right now. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So I can't honestly tell you which way it's going to go.
Yeah,
I say give Isaiah the ball. By 8.
let them work out.
Let him work out, man.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to transfer, honestly.
Shit, me neither. Me neither. I mean, I see people are kind of low on him right now, but I
They're
really
killing him.
but I really see potential, and maybe I could be wrong, but I think if he gets in a spot where he's doing what the coaches want him to do, but then the coaches are also letting him kind of rock out too, I think he could be a really good player for us. But
I honestly
time will
blame
tell.
you, bro. I really do. 'Cause you don't take him to the side and say, yo. The first thing I would take him to the side and say is, yo, whenever you're not feeling the rhythm, you're getting out of place, just duck somebody in the middle of the paint, bro. Demand the ball right here.
I literally do that all the time.
Shoot a hook shot.
I literally do that nonstop. Just talk to him about different stuff that he could do to help get in the flow of the game.
You're probably showing him like the backouts, all the more experienced stuff. This is like
No.
basic fundamentals. Running transition still right here in the middle of the paint. He's gonna foul you, or you're gonna get a hook shot.
So a hook
That's
shot
how
is
you
not
get involved in
fundamental.
the game, huh?
A hook shot is not fundamental.
He's saying it is.
No, I said you're showing him
Yeah,
the backout.
no, but I'm showing him everything.
No, exactly. His problem right now is getting his rhythm. Like he doesn't look comfortable. So whenever you feel that way, you need to feel involved in the game. What are you gonna do? You gonna go right to the middle of the paint. You gonna seal,
Of course.
get a foul or a hook shot.
And I told him, and I've been telling him that too. But also with that comes along with you still want to keep your tools sharp. You still don't know if whenever that time may come. Let's just say They might let him rock out. They might keep on giving him the ball like you're lobbying for. And then what? And then
See
now I
why?
haven't been working on nothing but a hook shot now. So now that's the only
See
thing I
why?
know how to do is a hook
You
shot.
guys see why I blame KJ?
Nope. Sounds like a
Teach
great.
him this.
Sounds
He
like a great coach
has
to
to.
me.
It's one step at a time. Like you're showing him all this
That's the first
this
thing I start out with is a hook
Joel
shot.
Embiid stuff. You're showing him the Joel Embiid stuff, and all he needs to do is get involved a little bit more first. Just get your feet on you first. He hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, but that's not on me.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with me?
That's why I blame KJ.
That has nothing to do with
That's
me.
funny.
I can only
I'll be
teach
back.
what I can teach.
Stick with me, Isaiah. I'll be back, man. I got
Yeah,
you,
stick
bro.
with the guy that shot 47%, not 49.
Oh,
Stick with that guy. Learn from that
I
guy.
got you, bro.
Oh my god. By the way, our remaining schedule is kind of terrifying because we only have 2 home games left, and they're against Kansas and fucking Texas.
Damn.
I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
TCU ain't no slouch either. And then we got Iowa State in Iowa State.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we got, at TCU, at Iowa State, and at Oklahoma for our last game. But
We
I'm
could
saying,
get
like, our
Kansas.
only 2 home games, which are, if we're going to win a game, it'll be a home game, right?
Yeah.
Because the energy. But it's against fucking Kansas and Texas. Like, that is nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Right now we got 7 games. What y'all calling the rest of the schedule? I'm saying I'm gonna go optimistic and say 4-3 the rest of the way.
4-3?
Yep.
It's a possibility.
I'm gonna say we get Kansas at home. I'm gonna say we get TCU. I'm gonna say we win all 3 of our home games. So Kansas, TCU, and Texas. And then I'm gonna say we
TCU's
get.
not home. TCU's away.
No, we still have
But
TCU
there
at
could
home
be
too.
no, it's TCU at home.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
it's
it's not
a
on this
makeup
list.
That's the
game.
last game, the home game.
It's a makeup game or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. It wasn't on my screen. There it is. Okay, yeah,
So
my bad.
Kansas,
Yep.
TCU, Texas, and I say we get K-State tomorrow. Those are my 4.
You think we're going to take Kansas and Texas at home?
Yeah. We have
That's
no
optimistic.
choice.
Well, that's true. We don't have a fucking choice.
We got to get
I'm not going.
one more. Like I say, we need at least 2 more big wins, and those would be.
We need the bigs, yeah.
That's at home. That's the perfect time to do it.
That's right. No, you're absolutely right.
I'm not doing this with you guys.
No, why not? You just
Why
lost
not?
hope.
Yeah.
You lost
Just
hope.
your
Give
opinion.
Isaiah the ball, man. That's all I say.
Yeah.
Give him the
John said,
ball.
fuck these games. Give Isaiah the ball.
It's a lot of different variables to us winning these games. It's just too many to predict. I'm not even going
That's
to
why.
try.
That's why they're called predictions. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Just
I'm not gonna
make a
do it.
prediction.
This is the forecast. We're supposed to forecast things.
Forecast is a
Supposed to
prediction. What a freaking idiot!
Forecast is a prediction?
Yes.
Or is it like calculated? Like it's a 70% chance.
It's
of
still a
XYZ?
prediction.
It's still a prediction.
You still don't know what's gonna happen.
Really?
Next time you watch a
I thought it was more than just a
weather
guess.
forecast, notice how different it is from what really happens. It's a prediction. They're just predicting
really-
weather patterns.
I really thought it was more than just a guess.
I mean,
I
it's
thought
an
they could see,
educated
like-
guess.
You could see
Right.
like
It's still a
storms
guess.
coming. Like you could see on Doppler radar if something is going to happen or not, right? Is that
But
what it is?
you never
Doppler
know
radar?
if it's going to change. It can change at the drop of a hat.
It's still
it
an
does a lot.
educated guess. It's just it's
Yeah.
still a guess though.
I don't think that's truthful.
Okay.
I think
Trust
you're
me,
wrong.
it is. I
you're
took
wrong about
meteorology
this.
in school. I can tell you it's a fucking educated guess.
Ash, don't go into this.
That's
with him.
why it's a 7-day forecast and not a 7-day
Don't go into
guarantee.
this
So
with
anybody could be a
He's-
weatherman. I could
he's
just start
going-
predicting the weather. I could look outside and
Why
say,
y'all
hey, it's
doing
gonna rain
this?
today.
Just skip past this. We already know.
I'm just asking a question. Can I look outside right now and say, hey, it's gonna rain?
Yeah, you
Can you?
could. You could.
And then I could call myself a weatherman.
But here's the thing, we're not talking about today. They forecast 7-10 days out.
That's
And
what
they
I'm saying.
are
How do you,
guesses.
okay.
John knows he's dead ass wrong. He
I
just-
said okay, bro. Like, okay.
If you go on AccuWeather, you can actually look
Okay,
up 2
yeah.
months ahead of time because they're that confident in their stuff.
I never knew that. I might start a weather channel actually. J Flow.
You should.
J Flow weather.
Weather with J Flow. That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So what do you think, John,
About what?
about these games? Which ones are we going to
Just
take?
give a
Which
prediction,
ones-
bro.
Is there a prediction?
7
bro,
games
like-
left.
You gotta do me like that. All right, I think we beat TCU.
Okay.
What's that at
We got
TCU?
one
Play
at here,
one at
home.
TCU and one here. Yeah.
We beat TCU for sure.
Okay.
Right.
Both or one of the games? We split between them?
I'm gonna go with both.
Okay.
We won both of those.
Okay.
Iowa State, we beat them.
Okay.
So what's that?
3.
3.
Oklahoma, is that at home?
No, it's away.
That's a loss. Texas
3-1.
and Morgantown, that's a loss.
3-2.
Who else?
Kansas,
Kansas at home.
Loss.
3-3. And then K-State tomorrow.
K-State tomorrow. I think we upset them.
So 4-3, like I said.
So 4-3.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dash.
Oh, man, it's a tough one. I think we take K-State tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas at home. Where are they ranked right now? Do we know?
Top 10.
Top 10? Oh, fuck that. Well, fuck.
But we
All
beat
right, I think
them.
that's probably going to be
We beat
that's
them
probably going to
before.
be a loss, kids.
We beat them before top 10, though.
Well, true. I'm not saying. Here's the thing. Let me preface by saying we could win theoretically almost all of these,
Yeah.
possibly all, if
why
we
I said
bring our A
Texas.
game. Again, it's hard for me to predict because I don't know who's showing up.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
true.
going to happen.
If they were more
That's why it's
consistent,
pointless.
if they were more
If they-
consistent, then it wouldn't be so hard. But it's just like you don't know which team is gonna show up.
Exactly.
pointless.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
a
it's tough.
tornado's coming tomorrow. Everybody buckle down inside the houses.
It's good to prepare though. Even you rather be prepared and it not
John's
happen.
forecast.
Yo, don't. Yo,
That's a wild forecast, by the way.
a tornado tomorrow.
You'd be better off saying, I think it's going to snow
It's
tomorrow.
like I seen
Just
some
letting you
wind
know.
blowing. I think a tornado is on its way. Seen some wind blowing outside.
That is wild.
Some leaves moving.
Weather is a guess.
All right. So, yeah. Kansas State, yes. Kansas, probably not.
TCU
Got
games.
here. That one, I think we could take both of those.
I do too.
I do.
I think we
I
take
do.
both.
Yeah, I do. So 1, 2, 3. And I think we take Iowa State.
So 4-3. We all got 4-3 though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that sounds about
Listen,
right.
That's the best case scenario.
It is. It
Best
really
case.
is the best case scenario. Ethan,
Probably. I would say 3 and 4. It's gonna come down to the. It's gonna come down to the wire if they get into the tournament or not. I think they'll get back into the bubble, but I think we'll be sweating on Selection Sunday.
You think coach will coach him in the NIT? KJ?
would he and should he is two different. It's two different things. Would he?
He told us he wasn't going to coach it. He said he was going to send Coach Harrison to coach
Yo,
his
I
son.
believe that too. But that's so messed up. If he ever did, that's so messed up. How you gonna leave them?
Right? How are you
would
going to leave the team
cry.
you built?
is.
Yes.
How do we not ask Hugs about that on the? We gotta ask.
Did he
him
say that
would you
before or
really
after
not-
we interviewed him?
No, we were about to we were on the bubble. He's- I guess he used his motivation in practice one day. He's like, I won't coach. I'm not coaching them. If they go to NIT, I'm not going. You take him away.
But what's worse though is not making anything at all, because there was a year, I think it was a year or two that he didn't make anything at all, or going to NIT. Which more is NIT more
Right.
embarrassing, or like what is
NIT is what does NIT stand for? KJ?
Not in tournament.
the not invited tournament?
Exactly.
But that's
I
more
think that's
embarrassing
more-
than not making anything at all though.
I think so. I think some teams turn that shit down.
Damn.
I don't know though.
Would he do it? No. Should he? Yes. That's what I'm gonna say. I really don't think he would coach them.
Think about it. If Hugs won an NIT tournament, would that go with his record? Like you put that on his resume?
Everybody was
Like,
cool when Beeline did it. Wasn't
Touche.
y'all fine with that? When Ash, as being a West Virginian, wasn't y'all fine with going to winning the NIT tournament?
Well, yeah, it's still a tournament at the end of the day. We're not good enough to get in the NCAA
Might as
tournament.
well
At
win
least we're doing
something, right?
something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't
A
think
win's a fucking win. I don't give a shit if it's against freaking Joe Schmo down the street, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't think people
Like
would
those
trip
bowl
like that.
games.
Yeah.
It's like those bowl games.
Yeah. So
Does the
I don't know.
does the Heineke bowl game, Heineken, whatever. Does that matter?
But we all admitted that bowls games don't really mean nothing unless it's the national championship, right? They all pretty much
Exactly.
the same.
Yep.
So it's basically the same with the NIT, right? Or any other time.
That's what I'd say.
But can't you use a run in the NIT to have momentum going into next season?
You could.
Oh gosh.
Is that what y'all did going into the next season? Did y'all use? Because you was on that. No, that was Deshaun's freshman year, right?
Yeah, don't put that
Oh,
on
okay.
me,
My
bro.
bad. I thought you.
Don't do that.
Did you? All right. So that's.
I led all my WVU teams into the NCAA tournament, bitch.
So wait, did you? Because you were being recruited at that time. So did that like deter you from wanting to come there, or were you already?
I committed to West Virginia my junior
Oh,
year.
okay. So you before that even happened.
Elon
Gotcha.
said he was going to fix my jump shot.
Nobody could
John's
fix
right,
that
though.
shit.
Apparently, there are a lot of big teams that turn down the NIT.
Damn, I thought she was going to say I was right about the weather forecast.
No,
No,
not at all. Like Duke, Louisville, Xavier, St. John's, and Seton Hall all turned down the NIT.
Yeah,
And that's crazy. And that was the 2021 edition.
I can see that. Okay. Well, I mean, I think you should play in it because to me, I would rather win something than just not just go out without any games. But again, I get the pride, especially if you're a team known for being in the top,
In the tournament.
in the tournament, and in the top rankings and all that. So I can see where the pride comes in. I can see
Right.
both sides. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah, and let's remember
Alright.
the people that are on that list, those are no fucking slouch
Exactly.
teams. You know what I mean? Like those are top basketball schools. Top.
So the short answer, a 7-day forecast can accurately predict the weather about 80% of the time, and a 5-day forecast can accurately predict the weather approximately 90% of the time.
Babe,
How
it's
is that a
still
guess?
a fucking
It's still a
prediction.
prediction.
It's an educated
it's an
prediction.
Again, John. It's
Just
still,
because they're good at predicting doesn't mean it's not a prediction.
So every time the weatherman has said something, it's happened. So every time somebody said it's gonna snow today, has it happened, John?
That means they were wrong.
Right.
Because they
it was
predicted
a prediction.
the
They got
wrong
the answer.
thing.
They got the answer wrong.
Right,
The
a
answer was wrong.
prediction.
So if you ask me what 2 + 2 is, that's not a prediction. Like,
No, because 2 + 2, that's math, dude. That is accurate. There's no
there's
educated guesses
exactly.
when it comes to mathematics.
it says
already has the
90%
answer.
accurate.
Okay, what is the other 10% then? Exactly. Anyway,
Almost
let's
not
get
talking
past
about
this because John is not going to do this to me today.
Eat shit, Pitt.
So Ash, congratulations.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Yay! Put the claps in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave.
Been
Those who don't know, Ash is officially off the market.
Boom.
Does that make it official? Like you're officially off? I mean,
Listen, I've officially been off the market for a long time.
How you
but
no, seriously, I want to know that. Like,
well, I mean, for me, when I'm with someone, I'm with someone. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not looking elsewhere. Never have. So yeah.
but a lot of women have like what is it? The biological clock? Is that what you guys call it?
Yeah.
Like, so are you like still thinking like, damn, this dude hasn't? I mean, you guys have been together for a long time, right?
7 years, yeah.
So was it ever like a point was like, man, this dude hasn't proposed yet? I'm still waiting. Should I keep waiting? Did you put any pressure on him to?
I mean, we had a
propose?
conversation about it, but like it was never. Well, here's the thing: you say biological clock. I'm not having children, so that's not an issue.
But I mean, that's basically like a timetable of what should happen when it should happen. Like, I don't think it's just kids. It could be like marriage. I should have a job at this time. I should be
Sure,
at this
yeah,
point.
I get what you're saying. I mean, there's goals involved, but like for me, I don't know. When in a relationship, I'll be a little bit more relaxed than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things happen in their own time. I'm a firm believer in the universe reacting when it should. So
what is so I'm glad we brought this up because it's like I don't like when
The wormhole.
yeah, let's go into back into the wormhole. I don't like when people put pressure on like this is supposed to happen at this time. Like nothing I feel like it's like you said, everything happens for a reason, everything happens when it's supposed to. Like what if let's just say what if 2-3 more years, you say y'all been together 7 years, so what if you get to year 10 and he still hasn't proposed? Are you putting any more pressure or is it still letting it fly, or is it like
I don't think it's a pressure thing. Just like when we had a conversation, I mean, I just straight up asked him, like, do you want to be married? Is this a thing that you want? You know what I mean? Like, it's a conversation.
Why'd you ask, though?
Huh? I was
Why
just
did you
curious.
ask?
You know, we'd been together for a long time, and it's like, you know, is this something you want to do?
Is marriage something that you always wanted to do? Or is that just something
Not always, but to Joe, yes.
Okay, got you.
Yes.
Great question. Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know, because some
Like-
women or some people in general might do something out of like, all right, I've been with this person so long that we might as well, like it's kind of like one of those things, we might as well get married instead of, okay, it's the right time to get married. I don't know.
Exactly. And we already live like we're married anyway. You know what I mean? We share finances, we live under the same roof, everything's intermingled, you know, so.
Do you think something's going to change when you guys get married?
I don't think so.
Like the aspect of your marriage?
I have heard that there are some women that do change when they get married, but I would assume that that's just their personality type, and I don't think that's me.
Some men change when they get married too. True. Not trying to scare you out of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, we've been together for 7 years. I've known Joe since I was 15 years old.
Okay.
Like, I don't think he's going to change. I don't think I'm going to change. I think we're
who we are.
Still going to be the same people. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
John! Don't lie, you're happy. You love
But,
Jess.
I mean, change happens, like...
Natural.
It happens. It's just natural. Like, you just got to grow with your spouse, you know what I mean? Instead of growing apart. That's basically what happens. Like sometimes change happens and then you grow apart instead of growing together.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't take marriage advice from me. I'm a different type of animal here.
And don't take marriage advice from me either.
Main advice.
Definitely not from me either. But I think also like people I think people I'm just joking. But I think also people have to accept change. Like sometimes we get into a thing where it's just like, all right, well, something's changing, so I don't like it. And I think like if you accept it that things are gonna change, but it doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be a bad change.
Right.
I think that's you know, when things are more likely to be better, or you know what I mean, or it doesn't have to turn out bad if you just accept it that it's gonna happen. It's a part of life.
Right.
Natural part of life.
Yeah. Listen, I adapt well, so I'm not too concerned.
How did
Things
he propose?
change, I'll adapt.
Yeah.
How was the proposal? Like, what did he do?
So I still to this day don't know if it was an accident or not, and it could have been. But Joe came home one night from work, and it was kind of late, and he was like, he's like, have you seen my vaccination card? Like, I know I moved it off the shelf in the kitchen. And I'm like, well, if you're going to put it anywhere, you're going to put it in the safe. That makes sense to me, right? The safest place is the safe, right? So he goes in and he looks and he can't find it. Well, then he starts looking in other places I never would have thought that he would put it. And I'm like, dude, you had to have missed it. It's in that safe. I know it is. So I was like, I'll go look. You know what I mean? So I go in there and I open the safe and there's a Tiffany box with a ring box sitting next to each other. And I'm like, babe, what is this? And he comes in and he goes, oh shit, I forgot that was in there. Which is wild because he was just in the safe. Like, how did you notice that it was in there?
That leads to my next. KJ, what question did you have? You might have the same question.
I don't know what I was just
How long has that box been in the safe?
So he told me that he's had it and he was looking for the right time because and knowing Joe, he was probably in his head about it. Like, it has to be the right moment, this, and that. And so it's probably a good thing that it did happen because God knows how long it would have went otherwise.
Yo, did it have
That's
cobwebs on
But it was
it?
cute though. He actually, well, at first he's like, "Oh, it's just an empty ring box," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's empty, I'm sure." And then he got down on one knee, and of course I got emotional because that meant
shit,
something to
Yeah.
me.
I
You
gotta
know?
do this right
Oh,
now.
shit. All because I couldn't find my
say it like
Found
vaccination.
it.
It really is, right?
She found
What if
it.
you did find out that he just did that in the moment just because you found it by accident? Like, would that make the moment any less special, or would it still be just as
No.
special? All right.
It would be just as
Cool.
special because obviously he went through the trouble to get the ring, to have it there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, obviously, there's that. And not to mention that it's the ring that I have wanted, like, since Tiffany came out with this ring in 2012, it's the one that I wanted. And I'm over the moon.
How do we not know that he didn't buy it in 2012? That's the question. I've just been waiting.
So I know because my best friend actually helped him get the ring. So I know when the ring was bought and all that
When
stuff.
was it bought?
Do you wonder, like,
The ring was bought on, I think it was December 13th, but I don't think she got it to him until the week after that. So theoretically, he only had it for maybe 3-4 weeks
okay.
max.
Okay.
do you ever wonder about, like, what the actual proposal would have been?
I tend not to think of things like that. It happened the way that it happened, and that's the way the universe intended it to happen. So, I don't know.
Nice. Very mature answer.
Well,
Very calculated and thought out. Yeah, nah, just
Alpha's just barking at a ring on the floor, and you're like,
yeah.
"Shut up, Alpha!"
Dude,
And he's like, "Oh, by the
literally,
way."
yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah.
well,
Yeah, that's
congrats,
big time.
Ash.
Thank
Congrats.
you.
Any one of our forecasters want to give Ash some marriage advice?
I'll take it, sure.
And we are live with
Feel free.
Raymond. Raymond, what's your marriage like?
It's like, well, the average marriage.
Don't be giving me no advice unless you have a successful one. Let's start there.
Statistics say
Oh my god. That's funny.
That's funny. But yeah, it's crazy though that literally that happened and immediately I was promoted instantly after that too. So Alpha, Jesus. So it's kind of wild. Things in my life tend to happen in sevens, and that's no joke. Everything great in my life happens in sevens, and it's so weird because it was 7 years since I'd been full-time at CLG that I got this big promotion. 7 years that Joe and I were together, he finally proposed. Like, it's weird. And
I honestly think it's time that Joe's
He's
behind
not
you.
gonna
We
tell
should
the
get
truth.
him on
Joe's
and
not
ask him
gonna-
if he
he's a
intended to
smart
do it
man.
this
not,
way.
He's not gonna.
he's not even gonna get on the. I don't feel like begging him to get on the show anymore. You already begged him about 3 times already. He said
listen,
no.
Joe's an introvert. I don't think we're ever going to catch him on a microphone and camera.
I'm pretty
Ever.
sure it was accident. My forecast is it was an accident.
Is 80%?
Like I said, I don't care
90%
either
right?
way. It happened.
Yeah.
So
It was an 80%. It wasn't an accident that he asked you to marry him.
How
It was
it
an
happened,
accident
yeah.
that's how it happened.
it's kind of cute though. I mean, in a way, you know, like what were the
pretty cool.
chances that was going to happen? Like he just randomly at like midnight was like, I've lost my vaccination card, knowing that I care about that. Like we got to fucking
Yeah.
find it, you know, and that's how it played out. It's kind of funny that that's how it happens. But yeah,
It's movies for sure. You could put it in a script for sure.
Yeah.
pretty much.
True. Well,
It's just funny though that he's like, oh shit, I forgot that was in. Like, dude, you were just in the safe. It's not like the safe is huge. It's not
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
as soon as you open it, it's there.
So there's a 10% chance that he actually wanted you to go into the
exactly.
safe and find it.
Could be.
Could be.
That's my
Oh
forecast.
my god. we gotta
John
name
and his
we gotta name the title of this episode that John's forecast. J Flow's
Yes.
forecast. Something.
J Flow's forecast.
It's the final forecast. Actually.
Whatever.
It's the
It is the name of the show, but switch up a little bit.
Valentine's Day. So after getting a big gift like that, are you expecting anything for Valentine's Day, Ash?
Do you normally?
We never do anything like that for Valentine's. No, we never do gifts for Valentine's Day.
I don't know
I think
if
maybe like
Ash
the
is-
first year we were together, maybe he got me flowers or something. But like to me, Valentine's Day, that's not a, you know what I mean? I don't need a special day for you
Ash
to
is
tell
an
me you love
alien,
me
bro.
or show me how much you
Ash
care.
is an alien, bro. Like
Bro,
nobody.
I don't know if
like,
she's
you,
faking
there's
or
no
not,
way you
or
could be
like
Swear to
she's
God.
doing this for the.
Babe, have
Exactly.
I ever cared about Valentine's Day? Ever? Can you hear
Now
him?
Joe wants to get on the show. No, we didn't hear him. We actually didn't hear him.
As
I was
he's
said
turning
no.
around, like, you better fucking say your number closer. That's what Ash turned her head to do.
No, but I mean, like, legit. I've never said, we needed to you have to give me this for Valentine's Day, or this is what I want for Valentine's Day, or I expect this.
Nah, that's super dope,
never.
man.
I could give two shits and a
No,
fuck.
the girls don't say that though, but they just get upset and start acting a certain
Yeah.
type of way around Valentine's Day. That's what happens. They don't say, "Hey, I want this for Valentine's Day," but if they don't get flowers, in the society we live in today, they see everyone else getting stuff for Valentine's Day, then they start feeling some type of way. Like, do you feel some type of way if you don't get anything for Valentine's?
Nope, because I don't live my life in comparison to others. I could give a crap. This is about me and my life, and I'm comfortable in my relationship and all that to know that it doesn't mean anything, even if he doesn't do anything.
This is
crazy, man. I don't know,
Ash,
man.
you sound like the
I don't
perfect
know
woman.
what's
I've
yeah,
never
like
met a
it's-
woman like you before.
I mean, I guess they do exist, but I've never seen it in person. Again, and it's nothing wrong with the other side of that too. If a
Exactly,
woman does
yeah.
expect something special, it's not like there's something wrong with that. But also,
Right.
again, like you said, you don't. I think a lot of people do that because they're comparing themselves to other relationships, and they see it's like, well, if this guy did that for his girl and you didn't, you must not love me as much, and you can't go into thinking
Right.
that. Like that's just stupid.
No.
Everybody loves
Exactly.
differently.
Every relationship is different. Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, I'm not a big Valentine's Day guy either. I pay the bills around here.
I was gonna say you're not even home.
That's
though.
your Valentine's Day gift.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, but I could still it's cool, man. I got a daughter now, so she doesn't understand what Valentine's Day is, but eventually, we'll start going on dates, and I'll pick up flowers on the way home or something like that. just
Oh,
to
that's
show her-
sweet. I love
cool.
that.
Just to show her how a man is supposed to treat
True.
her, and not
Yes.
how your daddy used to treat her.
We ain't bringing up daddy's past.
Yeah, I gotta avoid this karma somehow.
You make a valid point too, John. I think it's very important, especially for little girls, to show them what they deserve. By treating Jess well and doing those things, that's going to teach her how a man should be with a woman. Because sadly, a lot of girls don't have that or don't see that. And as they get older, they believe that the type of relationship their parents had is the type of relationship that they deserve. So sadly, if you come from an abusive household, those women tend to think that a man that hits you and apologizes after, that's normal, and it's not. And I think it's very important to show little girls how a man should treat a woman.
That's a fact.
100%.
But I'm gonna try to teach her too. These holidays are really important.
Right.
I have to find a healthy balance.
Yes.
my thing is how do you? Again, you want to guard your kid. You want to, especially your daughter, from stuff like that. But it's like, how do you do that? Again, you can teach her the right way, and then sometimes you can't help who you love. She might come across a guy that's like, I don't care what he does. I know he loves me, this and that, even though you taught her the right way to go about stuff. But sometimes it just doesn't work out. Like, how do you, that's tough, man. I do not envy you as far as having to go through that.
Definitely not. I come from a family of 3 girls, and I can tell you, even though my parents had a great relationship their entire lives, you know what I mean? Couldn't ask for better parents or a better relationship to show me what a good one is. But being a 16-year-old rebellious fucking teen, and I'm dating a dude straight out of jail, and my mom's like, what the fuck? And you can't be doing this, and I'm arguing about it. Now I feel bad about it.
This is real?
Yeah.
Straight
That
out of
actually
jail?
happened.
Like, y'all was
Pretty
pen
much.
pals
He was out for a
before?
while, but still.
Congrats to Joe for getting
What'd
out
you
of
say,
prison,
Dave?
Congrats.
though. I said congrats to Joe for getting out
It
of jail.
wasn't
though.
Joe.
That's big.
I can tell you that, but yeah.
How did I don't even know how you meet someone in jail at 16.
He wasn't in there whenever I met him. I met him after he got out.
Got you.
So he was in jail. So he was, how old was he?
19, 20?
Damn.
Yeah.
Ash, did you get groomed by a man that was
No.
in prison?
No, he was actually he was in my friend group. You know what I mean? But I didn't know him until after
Got you.
he got out. Obviously, it was not that
How would
serious. It wasn't that
Okay.
big of a deal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's not like it was something.
how would I handle that as a parent? That's a great question. The forecast predicts murder. That's crazy. 80% chance of murder.
Blood will fall in the streets more than now. Nah.
For
But
sure.
I mean, I was gonna say, shit, just raise them like Ash. His Ash is the perfect female. Like, but she
Thanks,
was dating
John.
when she was younger though. She was dating guys coming out of jail. So I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. I had a thing for bad boys, and that is.
I think
facts.
that's
Why?
most women.
I don't know. I was just
I don't know
attracted to
why.
it. They carry themselves a certain way,
It's-
and I
I
liked
think
it.
when you're younger, like it's like the allure of, oh yeah, like this guy is bad. He could protect me. He could, you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna talk to me any kind of way. And then when you get older, you realize that shit is dumb. And it's like he can't do nothing else.
Exactly,
Like there's nothing
yes.
else you could provide for somebody.
Yes.
But I just think it's the excitement of the persona of it. Yeah.
It's a rush. It
And
really
then after
is.
you
It's a
get past
rush,
that,
yeah.
you realize that it's stupid.
Exactly. That's legit. Looking back
is-
on it now, how fucking stupid. But I was a kid.
Nobody wants
You're
the
making
guy that's
mistakes.
in the library, like doing research and stuff. They're gonna call him corny. They're gonna call that dude like, "Ew, you
Right?
corny nerd!" Like not knowing this dude.
And I didn't like guys that were too nice. You're too nice, you know. And I just wasn't
That's what.
into it.
Like, can we talk? Like, what is too? Like, what is that? Like, I'm too nice. Like, what does that mean?
Well, usually too nice means too clingy. You know what I mean? They're like always up in your business, trying to, you know. And as a teenager, you kind of want a little bit more space.
I mean, you guys saw Ethan doing his model poses. He's a bad boy through and through. Like he is just.
Yeah, I'm not too nice.
I'm not too nice. I think he used the glass to throw us off.
But now I think it'd be good to have a guy, you know, now you want a guy that's nice, you know what I mean? Who's generous, kind-hearted, all those things
Yeah.
as an adult. Sadly, as children, we think we know what we want, but we have no
That's
fucking
true.
clue.
That's true.
Yeah, this is really gonna suck. Raising 2 daughters.
You'll be fine.
It's gonna be rough. I'm not gonna lie.
You'll be
but
fine,
yeah.
brother.
We'll see. I just personally, for my mental health, I just really just have to let things happen how they happen.
Yep. Roll with the punches.
I mean, I could guide them in certain directions, but at the end of the day, I have no control over
Yes.
what they're actually going to do.
That's true, man.
Just remember to always have her back. Be supportive no matter what, and you can't go wrong.
No matter what.
You can't go wrong with that, though. You know what I mean? Even if she, well, I shouldn't say everything. There are certain choices.
What if she's dating someone that just got out of jail that's 4 years older than her? Be supportive.
I think she's just
Listen,
saying don't.
everything
I
works
think
out
she's
for
just
a
saying don't
reason.
judge. Like, you know what I mean? Because if she's going through
Yes.
asking
the
questions.
phase or whatever, like it doesn't mean it's gonna last forever.
Right.
Yeah, I probably would have said, yo, this dude just, I would just put her up on game. Like, yo, this dude just got out of jail. Like, where you think this is going? This isn't going anywhere. He just wants this. He doesn't really like you. But you can keep doing what you want.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
true. But you will have to be there for, you know, in case that. Yeah, that's
The
gonna
heartbreak.
be the sucky part about it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the 80% chance
That's-
of murder that comes in. So it's a lose-lose
yes.
situation.
nah, you'll be
Raising kids
fine.
ain't easy.
You'll be fine.
Help spread the word about our podcast. Leave us a review and tell a friend.
That was another episode of the Final Fourcast featuring me, one of your co-hosts, Kevin Jones, my boy Jay Flo.
J Flow. See y'all next time. Join me on Spaces on Twitter sometimes if y'all want to laugh. have
Or
a
just show
good
him some
time.
unneeded, unnecessary basketball stats. You can do that too.
I find them very hilarious. Anytime. I mean, KJ, you should come on one day. I normally do halftime of WVU game.
All right,
You should come on
I'm
tomorrow.
down. Just let me know what time. If it doesn't impede on my Valentine's Day plans, then yeah, I'll come on. Yeah, that too.
Your nap
I
time.
need that. Shut the now. Our lovely
That's one thing. Just real quick, that's one thing that changes with marriage. You can't take naps.
Why not? I took a lot of naps. Oh,
Well, my marriage.
but you have a kid though too, so that's
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it was the marriage, but it won't change with me. Trust me. I'm gonna get a nap in. That's one thing. I'm gonna find a way. We have our lovely co-host Ashley.
That's me, and you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Ashley Rock Radio.
There you go. Don't slide in her DMs. She has a man. She has a husband. Nah.
Congrats on getting engaged officially.
Boom.
Off the market.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Trusty intern Ethan,
Yo.
who again has provided nothing to the show, but you know we keep him on anyway.
Ethan didn't defend me in the Twitter space either. So.
He did give us some
Really have to
stats.
get rid of
He gave us some stats today.
Hey, I'll
He
join
did
the
do
Twitter
some
Spaces
shots.
tomorrow, John.
Just like giving Ethan a hard time as far as his initiation. He's still not initiated yet. Fine.
Give it another couple
Yeah,
months.
maybe. We'll see.
That's optimistic, Ethan. That's very optimistic.